understand the point here, and I don't think you're wrong about. No, I think if you're a Notre Dame fan, you're like, it's a 3-point game in August. It's not like there was anything emphatic about what Miami did. We should use it as what Miami did. We should use it as a data point that it's a.
I mean, you do suck now.
This is a matchup we have been waiting for. Two elite wide receivers. They bring a great skill set and swagger, hoping to use this showcase to show they are the top receiver in the country. Welcome to Notre Dame Stadium, the legendary home of the Fighting Irish. As we'll see the number 10 team in the country, the
Third and 16, 5:40.
team from last year.
5 on my clock, man.
Green Sports, I'm Chris Fowler, joined in the booth by Kirk Overstreet.
We got ourselves a shootout here in the great state of Texas. 3-3, 5.5 left. Baseball game broke out.
The Trojans will kick this away to get us going.
And emerges over us every single drop back. Every single drop back game.
He thought about returning it, but instead takes a knee. It'll be a touchback, and they'll start at the 25. So Notre Dame will get the first crack on offense today. Coming in here, it's the Trojans who have the bragging rights and rivalry. And that doesn't sit well with Notre Dame fans. If there's one team they want to beat, it's the Trojans every year.
Yeah, Chris, there's no doubt about it. I think that last loss may have been made more of a big deal than maybe it needed to be. A few tweaks here and there on both sides of the ball since then, and it appears Notre Dame may be in a much better place to win USC.
Texas punt.
He's brought down after a big first down.
Texas A&M return. Casey Concepcion. Into Texas A&M. Still in. Okay. Second down. Go ahead, 5 minutes. Plenty of time.
Going absolutely nowhere. That would be a loss of the play.
Sean McDonough calls it a very entertaining return.
Here on this opening possession. Looking to pick up the first down.
That was Casey Concepcion returning the punt. They're showing a replay.
The game is not enough for first down, so it brings up a fourth and short. Special teams on the field now. Here comes
Nice run, and then my favorite tackle in all of football, grabbing onto the back of the guy's undershirt, turning it into a long tail.
See if he can make the play on this
Pulling him up just enough so that swung around and tackled by someone else.
So USC's offense takes the field. The first chance we're going to see them today.
Kids down his feet.
Was really dialed in the last game. Incredibly efficient performance. Let's see if he can duplicate that again
Yeah, he just seemed to be in that zone. You know, like you said, every decision was very solid. Put the ball right where the receivers could make the play. I think that's the important thing today. Going up against the defense that has great athletic ability, just continue to make those good decisions, be accurate with the ball. He's going to have a chance to have another great game.
Just underway, and this one is
Starting
ready to make a difference today.
like they wanted to take a shot and check it down out
It's a deep shot to the right.
Oh!
Had to go very deep there. Good effort. Both teams sort of sparring in the early going. What we expect to be a really competitive top 10 showdown here mid-season.
Yeah, mid-season games like this are so exciting because you think you know who these teams are, and after today, we'll have a much better idea. The team that plays mistake-free is going to be able to get out of here with a win.
And the Trojans getting set on 1st and 10. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside give. And this one goes nowhere. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
All right, 2nd and 9 here.
Here's 2nd down. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Nice caught. That's a quick tackle, but they pick up solid yardage on that short throw.
Jet sweep style play.
Offense are going to keep the drive going here. 3rd and short now from the 44. Quarterback's got to have the option.
Bro, what?
Scooped up in the defense.
What a great job by this defense of screening out that option.
This is crazy.
85 total
The
yards.
Fighting Irish offense comes back out onto the field.
Literally, I couldn't do anything right there.
Texas A&M, the pressure. Very nice.
They've got him, but he picks up
Hey, say it out.
Sets up a nice 2nd and 2.
I can't get any running room whatsoever.
To an offense, when you can run the football like this, it just opens up the playbook. You can continue to run. You can go to play action. You really keep the defense on their heels when you can run the ball like this. Nice play.
And he'll get the
Wish my running backs could do that.
Bring him down. Notre Dame now operating in the red zone. Motion now from the tight end. Takes the handoff on the counter play. Try to run it up the middle, but get nothing.
What makes a really good counter play is selling it to the defense. So you're going to go one way and then handing it off in the opposite direction. But if you don't sell it, you're just giving the
Oh my God. There was supposed to be someone right there. Yeah, I'm getting my ass kicked this game. There's no way I'll win this game.
Tight end is just so tough to stop down here in the red zone.
Listen, speaking on behalf of all the players, you get down in the red zone, you're looking for that big target. He's going to run a good route. He's got a big wingspan to allow you to make a throw up in the air. He can go up and make a catch over most defenders. Really good execution. They come up with 6.
Every game in this series just feels special for the Shillelagh. This is the first-rate intersectional rivalry that's endured with like 100 years.
You know, if I think for a lot of us, this rivalry reminds us of the old Midwest against the West Coast. But these days, these two programs are still very highly regarded by both the players and staff across the entire college football landscape.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. Takes out the first, looking for more. Here he goes. Inside the 20.
Get this one. This kind of thing over the second.
Touchdown, Southern Cal.
I think that Michigan's in play to beat Ohio State.
Play call here by the offensive coordinator. The running back received some great blocking up front and just took off with it, carving up this defense all the way to the end zone.
Kickoff team out there. They are fired up after he scored a touchdown.
Be a very good win. Team country, but I don't think it puts Michigan in play. I don't think it gives them enough to hold.
So no touchdown here. He takes it in the end zone. And the drive at the
If maybe
25.
Ohio State,
So here comes the Notre Dame offense back onto the field. Trying to do the same thing here.
and they would pick on Indiana. Yeah. Like I said, they win the Big Ten, they're sure. They would have this at the end of the season. They would. They would be the number 1 team the final week of the year. So here's the saddle.
The big guy that was seen
Here's the
there.
saddle.
That's a nice game in that play.
I can't speak to the college football.
Arm strength from this quarterback. He
Yeah.
really didn't have any other option than to put it right in there and give it everything that he had. Great timing. Good job squeezing that in between the defenders.
In the Big Ten championship. So what Michigan would need to happen is basically one of two things. Namely, Washington beats Oregon. They're obviously in the national championship, Big Ten championship. If by some miracle Purdue would knock off Indiana tonight, that would also put Michigan in the conference championship game in that case against Oregon.
Has that game started?
I believe it might start. We flashed it up earlier.
21-3 Indiana, 3 minutes until halftime.
Okay, so it doesn't look like Indiana's going to lose there.
Although, Fernando Mendoza,
If you could just avoid
5
the
of 11
mistake,
for 42
make those
yards.
first
Now, maybe he's
downs,
had a bunch of
be a
drops.
great
And
confidence
not
of what
much
you want to
single
do running the
snap.
football. It's a great
Elijah
chance of
Surratt
putting
is
enough
back,
points up on the board to win
2
this
minutes
game.
24 right now.
That's good. So that's the state of play, I think, for Michigan. You know, it would be an incredible win. Yes,
There's no way they leave Michigan out if they beat Ohio State.
You know, we did talk about this on the podcast because it's of interest, right? Like, with all this talk about Miami and what the Canes could do, there is a possibility somewhere behind them, like Michigan could jump.
Nowhere to go. It's almost like the defense was
And
anticipating
you alluded to this too. To be specific,
Michigan
has played 1, 2, and 1 played basically 3.5 good teams this year. Right? They lost to Oklahoma. Short completion. That's playing. Yeah, near the first down marker. Yep. Michigan will have lost to Oklahoma. It's week 2.
So the decision is to not go for it, but settle for 3.
Demonstrably to USC on the road. Beaten Washington cleanly and impressively. Barely got by Purdue. Barely got by I mean, it's not an incredible resume, though. Weirdly enough, the win over New Mexico has become a lot more impressive. Who's playing for the Mountain West title?
Your beautiful Lopos, yeah.
It's not a great resume data point, but it's a great resume data point.
So we got a third and a very short one. Play action pass. Beautiful throw from Marcel Reed to KC Concepcion. Really
Dotted it in. Yeah.
I mean, that was a laser to fit it in. It's going to be 1st and goal now with a little bit over a minute for Texas A&M.
Flying down there, good job. They limit the return. Not much there. Here's the first play of the drive now. They're backed up at their own 14.
We're going to commercial. Can we just add a commercial?
Out of the shotgun, he
Just
hears
had a
it.
commercial.
Went up the middle, but stuffed for no gain.
So what would Michigan finish in the Big Ten with a win over Ohio State? Well, I mean, if they finish third, it depends on
second down.
what else is going on.
Finds his man.
But
It's Johnson.
if we just assume chalk,
Defense able to bring him down to
all the favorites win,
first period of play.
with the exception that Michigan beats Ohio State.
Notre Dame has
Michigan,
the lead.
yeah.
And at the end of the first
By
quarter,
tiebreaker over Ohio State, they will finish third. Because if Indiana won, they'd be 9-0 in conference. Oregon would be 8-1 in conference, but they would be above both Michigan and Ohio State based on conference win percentage, which is how far we have to go down in the tiebreaker. And then Michigan would obviously get the nod for Ohio State because
getting
they
set to run a first down play.
They would have, I guess,
And the running back takes the handoff.
better losses than Vanderbilt. Definitely better losses than Miami.
And he breaks loose down the left side. It's a
Better losses with Utah, Texas Tech, and BYU, which are good losses, but better.
Run for the touchdown.
Oklahoma
I don't know if
and
this defense was
USC,
caught sleeping
likely
or
better.
acting in mud.
Right around the
I
same.
can't pick which one. Maybe it's both because the running back just went right by them so easily for the big gain and a big
I don't know
time
what they
score.
would be at that point, like
And he'll just take
a 12-1 BYU, probably ahead of Michigan still. I think. I don't know.
They settle for
I think Michigan's got to be involved.
Let's see what they can come up with this drive.
Well, here, let's pull up the...
I don't hate the resume. I mean, I don't love the resume.
Right.
On first
Like
and
a
10,
close
looking to throw.
I'm going to pull up the range and see
They bring him
how
down
these show up on the
quickly, but
screen.
that's a solid
see that
Didn't have any
place.
time at all to get pressure on the quarterback. He gets the ball out of his hands pretty quickly on the hitch to the receiver.
So this is what we're looking at.
They'll give it to the back. Shoots to get free. Brought down after a solid.
See the rankings?
You know, offensive linemen are just absurd breeds.
There are college football playoff rankings right now.
Who's back there carrying the ball? Tell you what.
So in the event that Michigan were to win, right?
The person that's carrying
Michigan
the ball
right now is all the way
can
down
break
over
off some big time runs. That makes them block just a
So,
little bit harder.
Michigan
knowing
obviously
that
plays
he's
number
potentially
1,
capable of doing it.
Ohio State. Vandy's got a game against number 19 Tennessee. So they perhaps got a little bit of a spring.
I mean, we're not even.
I think the best case for Michigan, if you're
This guy
hoping
wants
for
to take
Michigan
a break once we get to the half.
to make the playoff, or if you're predicting the scenario, obviously they would need to beat Ohio State. Yeah. Clearly, if they get to the Big Ten title game, if they win the Big Ten, they're in anyway. Okay. So,
And he's intercepted. Look out, he's in the clear.
all right, Charles, you're out, my friend.
That's the 10. Touchdown, Trojans. The defense produces 6 points.
So, if we've got
having a chance to cut
a
into
scenario
this
where
lead
Michigan
to now being down
is knocking off
double
Ohio
digits
State,
after
that
the
gives them
interception return for a
obviously a bit of
touchdown. What
way to
a play
catapult
by this
themselves up.
defense.
I think you
So
would
after putting up the
almost
touchdown,
need
the kickoff team is out there
Miami
to put it away.
to lose to Pitt. I think they would definitely vault over
So it'll be
Utah.
a touchback. Ball spotted
Vandy
at the
losing to
25.
Tennessee wouldn't hurt either. That would move them up maybe 3
The
spots.
Fighting Irish
Or zero
offense is
home.
back on the field. They've got to bounce back on this
They definitely would get the nod over BYU
Six
because it seems like
last
the Ulsters feel that great about
Offense comes
BYU.
up on first down in 13 personnel.
And
This
then
can
it'd be a
create some
question of how
problems
high
for
you put
defense.
when you put
They're
them
moving
on
the receiver
Alabama.
now
If
before the
Michigan's better
snap.
than Alabama.
The ball is handed off.
They both lost to Oklahoma. They
In the
both
era
lost.
that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field
Ulster
out,
against
try to create
Oklahoma, and
space,
then
try to create one-on-one
Yeah,
matchups, and the defense
my
is
gosh,
countered
I'm
over
getting
the
that
years by
discourse.
trying to play out wide.
Michigan versus Alabama.
Here's a great example. The defense has the
It was,
ability to
what,
play
24 to
wide,
13,
but
I
still
believe.
be silent at the line of
It's
scrimmage.
a
And
rematch
you
of
big
last
run
year's bowl
plays.
game.
Slides down. Will
It's
avoid
true.
the tackle.
Over the last 2 years, bowl games,
Quarterbacks today in the college
Brown
game are
back,
so
yeah.
athletic. They can beat you with their arm, obviously.
There's two-dimensional Greg McElroy
Figured
weighing
out,
in.
They tuck the ball and go. I'd expect this
we
defense
have
to put
the-
in a
I think I
spy
still have
and keep this quarterback from running.
Two-dimensional Greg
Quarterback finds an open target on the left side. They start
behind
the
the line.
receiver, but that's a solid gain on that play.
That's what I love about this
So
guy.
we're gonna have
He has
102
the ability to
left.
sneak out of the backfield.
Second and
The
goal
quarterback's able to
upcoming here.
find him open,
Great
checks
Texas
it down
A&M.
for a nice gain.
That completion makes it second and short.
This is the
And he drops back in the gun.
most promising drive we have seen all game.
The quarterback looks to his right and finds his man. Looks like Notre Dame will have the first down.
You see more and more offenses in college football
Okay,
going to
second and
three
goal.
receivers, and the slot
run.
receiver a lot of times can become the go-to
Concepcion
guy.
got
He gets
it. Touchdown.
mismatches against either
Texas A&M.
safeties,
Really
a
nice run,
nickelback, or a
Casey
linebacker walk
Concepcion.
out, and you can take advantage
9
of it.
yards out, took kind of a jet sweep, end around style play
Completion sets up a
to the
second down.
left. Made a nice little move, was able to stay on his feet long
From the
enough to
shotgun,
cross the goal
drops back.
line. So it's going to be 10-3 Texas A&M.
And here's
Texas is
the
going
tight
to get the
end who
ball
shows
with
off
about
his
50
hand.
seconds left here. See if they can do anything before they go in, or if they're just going to take the knee.
See? I think he's in.
So the ball at midfield. Now the offense
he's in.
facing a
That's a touchdown.
third and long.
They're showing replays here. They definitely take another look at this.
Dropping back. They're going to throw for the first down.
No way.
Big time conversion. Keep the drive going. First down now from the 30.
That is impressive.
Flash play here by this
Marcel
offense.
Reed comes back in immediately.
I know it's
Leads
still early in this game, but the fact that they've dug themselves a hole to convert there and keep this drive alive, they got a new set of downs and a chance to dig into this lead.
We snap, the spot, the kick. It is up. It is good. It is 10-3. Texas A&M just ahead of halftime. At halftime, we will be taking a bit of a break, and we'll flash up a goofy graphic. We'll put on some music, some stock music that has been surprisingly very, very
Completion makes it second down.
jazzy over the last couple live streams.
You liked it?
Looking to
Yeah,
check
I was
it
getting
again.
into what we did. Last live stream we had, the halftime music
Fires
was good.
downfield. Oh, that one's picked off. Could take it all the way.
A hell of a linebacker goal. That
Nice
was
return.
saw
What a
that.
momentum shift for this
Watch this
kicker.
play.
Boy, we're just hearing this first half, and this defense is all over it. It's their second interception. Good job of pressuring the quarterback, making him uncomfortable, and forcing the ball into coverage.
They were showing me on the touchdown right here, but yeah, I was talking about the touchdown. They were showing the play earlier. He threw that laser. 9 plays, 42 yards, 4 minutes, 15 seconds. He's scoring drive. Texas A&M.
There's the snap, and he's looking to throw.
Arch Manning, 5 of 17 in this game. So far, 28 yards. Not doing much to get that. Leading rusher in this game right now is Marcel.
Quarterback and receiver for a big games in his offense.
7 for 45. This has not been a game defined by a lot of offense. But Texas A&M definitely has better A&M. Texas A&M definitely has better Texas, excuse me. Say 178 to 85 yard. Broadcast team talking about how Sean McDonald was raised on Cheez-Its. So
That makes sense.
yeah.
Make sure our graphic works.
Yes,
there it is.
That moves the football to the 16. It'll be first down.
Unless you want a different face.
No, I'm cool with Stamos.
Hand it off. Brings her in the end zone. Touchdown, Southern Cal. This offense cannot be stopped.
Oh, man, these guys will not be stopped. Talk about putting up points before halftime and then really putting some distance on the scoreboard. This defense is
It is
officially
a Texas first down, another run for Arch Manning up the gut. Pocket collapsing, nowhere really to go with it. But nice run up the middle to get a first down.
So here we go, the first play of the drive, less than a minute to play before halftime.
Short throw to DeAndre Moore, maybe 5 yards. There were 2 guys in the area for Texas.
And he will be
Unclear who he was throwing to, but DeAndre Moore caught it. He's a little bit hot and walks off.
Close game here as we approach halftime.
I feel like a lot of ankles are going down so far early in this game.
Quickly behind the sticks here after the loss. Second down and 11. Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. And it's incomplete, just out of the reach of the receiver. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. Receiver in motion now. Play action fake, looking to throw.
All right, second and 6. 33 seconds.
Now the timeout is called by the defense. They've got some things to work out here.
They've got the field goal range line up at the 43-yard line. Or the
Plenty of protection there.
Return will be brought down.
Love that doesn't have field goal range.
And the USC offense.
That was a really nice play from Arch. Again, flushed out of the pocket.
Before halftime. Wouldn't expect them to be too aggressive at this point.
They snap it, they spike it, but just sort of like feathers going up there, you know.
It's Johnson. They make the tackle, but not before a solid gain on that pass. The offense will call a timeout.
That went to Trey Wisner for 11 yards.
We're going to pass here on second down.
For first down, we got 23 seconds left.
And that pass is incomplete.
And if you believe the green line on the ESPN, the ABC broadcasts, they are right on the fringes of field goal range for Texas.
Ultimately, the play just didn't work out.
After the incompletion, they're into the line with 3rd and 1. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. And he's going to take a shot down the left side. And it's incomplete. They let it fly on 3rd down, but now it brings up 4th.
Man, on your own side of the field, you're playing a risky game here, 3rd and short. Your goal should just be keep this drive alive the best way you can sometimes is just hand the ball off to your running back and have him get behind that offensive line and go to work. Curious to see what they do now here on this 4th and short.
17 seconds left, 3rd and 10.
Strategy. Time for just 1 or 2 plays here before halftime. So the offense takes the field.
They were
in the
debating
final
whether or not it was
seconds of the
intentional
half.
grounding on Arch Manning.
For just
Took
a
a ton of
couple more
heat.
plays.
Right up the gut.
We'll take a deep shot.
Was able to free his arm up just enough to swing behind and throw in the direction
Seconds left on the clock.
of running back. So it wasn't intentional grounding.
By this defensive back.
And
term great ball skills by a receiver.
Oh my gosh.
The defense taking a deep shot here. Tremendous protection. There's bound to be somebody open. Touchdown, USC.
All right. Almost the exact same thing as the play
here in this
before it.
first half. They just keep
But this time, a defender snuck up on Arch a lot quicker. Blasted him right in the gut. I mean, right up the gut, right in the chest. I mean, trying to get a foot off. Yeah, they're going to call intentional grounding. Oh, they're calling him down, okay. Down at fourth down, are we going to get like a fire drill field goal here? Fourth and 18 at the 50. I guess they're not going to try a 67-yard field goal. That would probably be.
And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see
Man, he is getting blasted every single time.
plays out.
And the Trojans' offense is back out on the field. They take the field with serious momentum. Stop so far. Keep it going.
Alright. 12 seconds left, fourth and 18. Terrific. Well, look forward to that.
You have no idea what's about that.
Delay of game penalty will cost the offense 5.
So they're bringing the punter out now. And this is a very good special teams unit for Texas A&M.
That's a nice wrap.
So I think you just got to try and kick this out of
Looks
bounds.
like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take
Or kick it out of the end zone, one or the other.
Offense getting set. Second down play here.
He kicks a line drive. Ooh.
Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. Oh, and he misfires just beyond the receiver's grasp.
Going to be 2 seconds left. We're going to go into halftime here, Dan. Your score right now is going to be 10-3 in favor of Texas A&M. For those of you watching wherever you are, we'll be back after halftime. I'm going to make my old fashioned let the dogs out.
Trojans will have to put this away.
And when we return,
This is the first punt of the game for
we will be with you through the conclusion of this
see
game.
what they do on the return.
All right, background music. Let's go win. How's this sound?
Something of that return. The Fighting Irish offense
You like that?
back out onto the field.
Yeah. You want something a little? Give me some more of a knee slapper. Here. We've used this one. I'm a fan of this guy here. Okay. Now are you a fan of this guy? Right. Here.
Looking out throwing here to start the
What
drive.
is that?
It's a real picture. That's from COVID, I think.
Holy hell.
The slant is a great way to get the ball to your receiver.
I did not alter this.
Especially if you feel like you've got an advantage.
All right. Well, everybody's
Throwing
Sport Chat
completion for the quarterback and receiver.
503. Thank you guys very much for watching for some long time. Either way, I appreciate it. Coming to you live from beautiful Portland, Oregon, all the way out here on the West Coast on the edge of the continent. I really appreciate everybody watching. If it's your first time, it's your long time, I really do appreciate it. Again, I'm just a regular guy out here in my basement. I'm a fan. I'm a dad. I'm a husband. I'm a father. I'm a family of alumnus. We're all in the same boat together here, multiple generations. Going up to the Washington game, my grandparents met at the Washington game, Oregon, Washington, 1945, coming off the war. My grandfather in the officer's uniform, and my grandmother's sorority, girl. You know the story. It's the American story, the oldest time. But it's a very meaningful game for me. This is kind of my last thoughts here going in before we hit the road. Going up there, going to stay the night tonight and get a fresh start in the morning. I love this game. In the Big Ten now, you only have one game that's guaranteed every year. We're hoping to do this with Oregon State, able to have and kind of maintain that rivalry with the Beavs. But that's uncertain, right? And congratulations to the Beavs' new coach, by the way. I think that should be exciting. But this is the big game because it's the rivalry week. And again, I had a tough time with the end of the end of the Pac-12 as it was. But going forward, this is our rivalry. It's been our rivalry. We've been playing the Huskies now for over 100 years. It's just one of these things you got to lean into. Interstate rivalries are fantastic, right? The rivalries between cities, obviously Eugene doesn't really compare to Seattle, nor does Portland. Portland's half the size of Seattle, but Seattle, representing kind of a different area than Oregon and Portland and Eugene. There's kind of a class divide a little bit there. There's academic prowess. They love to throw Oregon's face about, how much of a better academic school they are. There's a lot of history here between these two teams. And I think it's important to kind of just lean into it. And when you have an opportunity to be in a good rivalry, you take advantage of it because there's a lot of rivalries out there. If you look at these last couple weeks, there's a lot of rivalries people don't really care about. The fact that people care about this, the fact that it's live on Twitter, see a bunch of stuff out there on social media. This is a game people care about. And it's just fantastic to be a part of a game that people care about, right? So let's talk about this game. Last thoughts going into this, I think it's always about health at the end of the year. Any team that's healthy at the end of the year has the advantage over anybody else purely based on numbers. And Washington's had their fair share of injuries. They'll still be dealing with injuries. We don't exactly know the health of some of their best guys, right? Some of their best guys, right? Oklahoma's coming off an injury. Denzel Boston's coming off an injury. And it's really important to see, obviously, how well the Ducks come out with their front. Do you have any sort of consistency after practicing with a week? Are you still down guys? Family is very tight when it comes to the injury report. We don't really know, but it's going to be interesting to see how this thing goes. And then are you playing your cards toward resting your guys a little bit in the second half? You start to get a lead here, which could lead right back to the Huskies getting back into it and causing some friction there. I mean, there's a lot of different avenues this game can take and a lot of different storylines. So I'm excited as hell for it. I look forward to this game every single year. I used to always say that the game at the end of the year was the most important game because it was the last game of the regular season and it was against the rival. And now that's for Washington. And it's even better the fact that it's Washington instead of the Bees because oftentimes the Bees was an afterthought and no one really gave credit for the Ducks beating the Bees at the end of the year. It was only the Bees being able to wreck the Ducks season when it mattered. Now they're obviously back in the fourth year where the Ducks had with the Bees, but that was before the Ducks had really made this ascension to where they are today. And where they are today is a team that you better watch out for because this team is playing very well. It's kind of firing on honestly.
You're assuming that Knight is the biggest donor and that he is giving all this money to Oregon and not other schools.
Maybe that won't be the case from now on.
So this defense finally makes a play. That's one of the few negative plays for this offense today.
Yeah, you said it, Chris. They don't have the easiest road to climb back in this one, but little plays like that can be points.
Here comes a deep shot. Got a man. Catch made. Big play. Fights into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath just like this. And when he catches a football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. The extra point is good, and they stretch the lead a little bit more. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. Well, he thought about coming out, but instead takes a knee and to bring the football to the 25-yard line. And the Notre Dame offense back out on the field. This group is coming off a quick 3-and-out. Can they put something together in this drive? And the first play of the drive now from the 25. looking to throw it on first down. Looking for his big tight end. Oh, he makes the catch. You bring him down, but he makes the 40-yard line. That's a solid gain.
And here the tight end shows off his hands for a nice gain. Love to see the big man get his touches.
Gain moves the ball to the 40. It'll be first down. Handoff from the shotgun. It's a 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8 coming up. Up near midfield at the 48.
Setting the tone early with good runs like this can really wear defense down and keep the defense guessing. That's why some of the best coaches of all time have primarily done it with great run games.
Caught over the middle by the tight end. Make the tackle, but not before he gets all the way to the 30.
Really good job here of converting by this offense. And let's face it, at this point in the game, because they have such a big hole to climb out of, they've got to be able to convert and come up with a new set of downs. They do it here. Now they got a real shot to cut into this lead.
The offense will line up. Chance for a couple more plays before the end of the quarter. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Looking deep to the right side. Finds a man downfield. It's a big gain to the right. 4 set of bounds after a nice gain. The offense is knocking on the door with a first and goal. And as we take a break to flip ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the current national rankings. Let's see if a comeback is in store here as we start the 4th quarter. Sets up first and goal. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. Crossing to the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame.
They run the football here, and they come up with a touchdown. Obviously, this game is out of reach, but again, they're fighting to the very end, which is always good to see.
And the extra point was up and good. Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. Return starts from inside the 5. And he's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. And the Trojans offense is back out on the field. They're going to run it here. Running with purpose. Solid run. They'll bring it down to the 28-yard line.
Well, let's see how these guys do here. They're kind of in that 4-minute offense mode where they're trying to work as much clock as they can on this drive, working with the lead. Still want to be balanced as best you can, but the important thing is picking up first downs, keeping the ball in bounds, and keep working that clock.
First down here for this offense. Off the play fake, looking to throw. On the move now. Makes the catch downfield. He's brought it down, but an explosive play through the air.
Chris, how about this approach by this offensive play caller? Up big, 4th quarter, and they're still taking shots downfield looking for more points. They're trying to rub it in here a little bit.
Here comes a handoff. First down, looking for more now. We bring him down to the 25. They're moving closer and closer to the red zone.
What a shock, right? I mean, this guy once again gets his hands on the football, and great things seems to happen. He's over 120 yards on the day, and it's really been a combination of his vision and speed along with really dominant offensive line play.
And the Trojans starting a new series here on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
Hey, it's a great job of this defense containing the running game. But if I'm calling the plays, I'm not abandoning the running game just yet. I think it's important to have some sense of balance. So special. Stick with it.
Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. This is the grab. They get him down quickly. Not much of a gain on that completion.
Anytime you have a chance to get this wide receiver isolated, to get the ball in his hands, you do it.
Offense looking to keep this drive going into the red zone. Third down and short. Out of the gun now on third down. Moves out of the pocket. They'll try a pass here. Here's the target, and it's complete.
Well, he's been their go-to guy all game long. They needed a big play there on third down. They go his way again, and it works out.
Grinding away on the ground. He's tackled down at the 4-yard line. Defense getting pushed back.
When you can run it like this with a late lead and the defense knows it's coming, that's a clear sign the offense has done its job. This defense is worn down at this point, and closing the game out should be pretty routine if they can keep this up.
And the Trojans will line up now. It's first and goal. It's an option look. And that was a decision. The offense able to fall on it and avoid the turnover. Got lucky that time. So off the loss, it's second and goal from the 8. Moving the receiver around pre-snap. Tailback tests the middle of the defense. And the defense smothers him for no gain.
Nice job by this defense on that second down, so we now have third down and goal. The offense could be thinking about four-down situation. They need to put the ball into the end zone. They don't want to settle for a field goal.
The defense wraps him up. The Trojans will come to the line, looking to keep the drive going on fourth down. Trying to convert with a sweep. Touchdown, Southern Cal. This offense is still clicking.
Chris, that's what I love about this quarterback. It's a great touchdown, but he shows you his versatility. We know he can throw it, but here he shows you his speed and how he can make the defense pay for that as well.
So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. He thought about returning it, but instead takes a knee. It'll be a touchback, and they'll start at the 25. The Fighting Irish offense is back on the field. Desperate times here. They need points, and they have to score quickly. First play of the drive, they come out throwing. Over the middle, it's Price. He's brought down quickly. A short gain gets them a few yards closer to the marker. Second down play coming up for this offense.
Here we go.
And the quarterback dropping back. Lets it go quickly. Finds a man open on the right side downfield. He's brought down, but an explosive play for this passing game. Another chunk play. This offense is really clicking. And the motion by the back now forces the defense to adjust. Down he goes. It's a sack.
Well, that takes the wind right out of your sails. This offense is trying to find a way to get back into this game, and another pressure and a sack against their quarterback.
The offense with some pre-snap motion. They look to throw it here on second down. Makes the grab. It's Johnson. They bring him down. It's a very solid game, but still well short of the first down.
Hey, there's the execution that's been lacking most of this game, but they'll take it. You know, you try to do everything that you can to learn and try to build for the future. And at this point in the game, it's obviously over, but you love to see the offensive coordinator still giving this quarterback opportunities.
And he's tackled just short of that first down marker. Good job by the defense.
Chris, now that we're in the final couple minutes of this game, it's a good time to just kind of step back and appreciate the job this defense has done throughout the entire game. They've applied pressure. They've been physical at the line of scrimmage. Good job in space. And a big part of the reason that they have such a big lead today.
Going for his running back. Finds this receiver that's enough for the first down. They make the tackle, but the offense has a first down now at the 21. This one, defied everyone's expectations except this lower-ranked team. Nobody gave them a chance not just to win, but to blow out this respected team.
They came in at the very beginning of this game. You can almost feel it, a chip on their shoulder. Every single possession, they seem to be locked in on both sides of the football. Now, what can they do with a win like this, realizing how good they are capable of playing? Be interesting to watch down the road.
And that is going to do it. We enjoy being here. For Kirk Street, I'm Chris Fowler. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.